What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, and before we get into this deck profile for our first ever GOAT format GG4Free from Polylord, I want to take a look at this replay, a Swift 2-0 with Dimension Fusion Turbo, a really strong GOAT format deck. It's probably one of my favorite builds. It's the fastest out of the potential GOAT format decks, and you guys, if you're new to the format, this is a great introduction to it. You can see how fast this format really can be. Let's take a look and see how this game goes. Alright, so we've got Mr. Brainy playing against Asphyxiate on the other side, who is playing a Warrior Toolbox type deck. Starts off with a duo, really strong, and a Graceful that's 2 out of the 3 of the Trinity, and a Kaiku, which is a hard counter to the deck. Now he flips up the Dust Chute, but Mr. Brainy ain't got no monsters. He reveals the Heavy Storm, that gets Judgmented. He goes in for an attack with that DD Warrior Lady, which meets a Ring of Destruction. 1800 direct with the Kaiku, forgets to use the Banish effect. He gets massively punished by the Giant True Knave Monster Gate play. This is going to net him a nice big Air Knight Parshath. Yes, sir. 1900 enough to swing over that Kaiku, net him the draw, sets him up with a Scapegoat, but dang, Asphyxiate snags the Snatch Steal off the top. Super clutch. This is one of the most sacky formats of all time. It's going to protect him from that discard off the Dawn Zalug, but the Air Knight will still net Asphyxiate a draw and do that piercing. Now that Snatch Steal is going to give our man 1,000 life points, and then he reveals a Reasoning after his meta gets negated, and that gets him the breaker to pop the Snatch Steal and go for game. Absolutely insane. Game 2, Asphyxiate goes first once again, sees Graceful again, but ends on a set 1 pass, doesn't want to commit that Blade Knight. Reasoning opening with the Air Knight and the DD Warrior Lady. Super strong start. Get that free draw and establish strong board control. However, Asphyxiate claps back with a Smashing Ground and then a Book of Moon on the Air Knight in battle so the Blade can swing over. The Tribe Infecting removes the Blade, but we see another Blade come out on Asphyxiate's side. Gonna punch over since it does get the boost. Pot agreed to draw 2. Unfortunately, it's not getting him into his plays, but it does set him up to stall for a turn with the Scapegoat. It gets Noble Extermined, but he chains it, so it's no big deal. Mirror Force comes down on those 2 attack monsters, but a Book of Moon saves the Dawn Zalug, which will pitch 2 cards from the top of the deck. He gets super punished for opting to go for that. Dimension Fusion resolves, and he establishes super control. You can see right here, absolutely insane. Nets him the Jinzo, my favorite card, and it was absolutely clutch. Now let's get into this deck profile. What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here with Polylord, who went undefeated in the first ever GOAT format GG4Free. Now, this is a 2005 format. If you need more information on that, there'll be a link in the description down below for you guys to check out. It's an awesome, fun alternative format. A lot of people play it. It's quite popular. It's got its own rated on dueling book. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. But this man went undefeated. I'm very proud. I'm very happy to see it. He was our hero of the evening. And yeah, man, before we get started, any shout-outs you'd like to give?
The shout-outs I like to give, it's to Pillow King, represent our kingdom, the Pillow Kingdom. Nickname, K. Raku, the neighborhood. He's the one who teaches me a lot. And dueling. And all of the fans who were cheering me on.
Great stuff, man. Again, congratulations. Now let's rock. Let's get through this. Here we go. So starting things off, we got the 1 copy of BLS, of course, double Chaos Sork in the main, 1 Dark Magician of Chaos, 1 copy of Jinzo, 1 Air Knight Parshath, 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior, 1 DD Warrior Lady, and then triple copies of the Sacred Crane. Now, for those of you who don't know or couldn't obviously tell, this is the Dimension Fusion, the Monster Gate Reasoning build of GOAT format, known to be one of the faster decks that you can play in the format. It's really fun. It's cool to see. It's got OTK potential. Now, while we look at this monster lineup, triple Sacred Crane, we're only doing 1 Air Knight Parshath. How happy were you with these ratios? And if you were to do it again, would you change anything at all?
So yeah, before I entered the tournament, I was playing 2 Parshath and then 2 Crane. I didn't like opening Parshath that much, because if I open my both Parshath, it was like it cost me to break that much and I can't do anything. And the Crane, I like playing the Crane. I like it more at 3 since it gives me more potential to draw. And also, I see many people play more of the high level monsters. I like playing more of a low level basic kind of thing. I just switch up my high level monsters out of Breaker and then a DD Warrior Lady, which caused me to win some games.
Yeah, we did see DD Warrior Lady coming in clutch there quite a few times.
Yeah.
So
and also I like play what's it called? Chaos Sorcerer at 2 before I was playing at 3.
that's fair, yeah, and I think that's something we saw floating around the tournament. 2 Chaos Sorcerer did seem to reign supreme. Now let's slide into the spell lineup. Of course, we've got the triple copies of Reasoning, the triple copies of Monster Gate to turbo through your deck ASAP, load up that grave, and get yourself set up for these triple dimension fusions, which are absolutely insane. This card is never coming back. Got triple copies of the Scapegoat, double copies of Metamorphosis, double copies of the Giant Trunade, 1 copy of the Heavy Strom, 1 MST, 1 Pot of Greed, 1 Graceful Charity, 1 Snatch Steal, 1 Lightning Vortex, 1 Duo, 1 Brain Control, and 1 Monster Reincarnation. So we got some cool choices here in the spell lineup. I like the Giant Trunades in here. This isn't something you see in every list, but it is quite good. The Monster Reincarnation is certainly interesting. Same question for the spells, man. What was the most effective spell that you think makes your deck unique?
Will have to be what's it called? The Monster Reincarnation, since it helps to recycle some monsters from your graveyard and add it to your hand. For example, Breaker, it can like up a spell or trap on the field.
Definitely useful. We saw this come in very, very clutch in quite a few of your games. Now let's move on to the traps real quick. We got the 1 Call of the Haunted, 1 Ring of Destruction, 1 Mirror Force, and 1 Torrential Tribute. All these are at 1 in the format and extreme power cards. I don't think we need much of an explanation there. So I think we're going to move into the side deck next. We've got the 1 copy, extra copy of Air Knight, extra copy of Sork, 1 copy of the Blade Knight, and then 1 Tribe Infecting Virus. Now I want to ask, what situations would you bring in these monsters?
Alright, for the Blade Knight, I will switch them out and during like against like a flip control deck or something like that. And some like the Tribe Infecting Virus, like a warrior toolbox, like you can just discard a card and then just pop every single warrior on the field, which is effective for many decks. And the Air Shaft, I would say if you going against like a low defense monster kind of thing, which is really useful for.
Got it. Alright, now let's slide into the spells. 1 Upstart, double knock, that makes a lot of sense. And then the 1 Sword of Revealing Light. What's up with that? What's up with the swords and what's up with the Upstart? The knock is self-explanatory. I'm curious about these 2 choices though.
So the Sword of Revealing Light, I never played this card, to be honest, for the tournament, but I cited in because sometimes when opening your 5 or 6 hands or cards from your hand, sometimes cannot do anything. For example, you can just break on opening like your Reasonings, Monster Gate, and no monsters, which is really bad for you. So I cited in for a Sword of Revealing Light, so you can also protect yourself for 3 turns.
Fair enough. Either that or your opponent has to spend a spell or trap removal card on it.
Yeah, and up to your Goblin for an extra draw.
Fair enough. Alright, and then the trap cards, 1 Sakuretsu, triple Skill Drain, and triple Judgment. These ones deserve no explanation. Absolutely cracked cards. Like when you're going first, this is the strategy right here. It depends on the matchup a little bit, but absolutely clutch cards. Which one do you say that you sided in more often, the Skill Drain or the Solemn?
Solemn.
Hands down. Makes sense. Alright, let's slide into the extra deck and we'll wrap this up. Guys, I don't even really have to go through this. I want to let you know that extra decks have no limit in GOAT format, so theoretically you could play every possible card in your extra deck. It makes no difference. But just some key cool choices that you can play. Fiend Skull Dragon can be summoned off of an Air Knight with Metamorphosis. Dark Balter, same deal. This one negates spells. Pretty cool. Triple the Gatling Dragon. This is the deck where we'll probably see this come up the most often because you can sack the Dark Magician of Chaos. Double copies of the Reaper on the Nightmare. Triple copies of the Thousand Eyes Restrict. 1 of the Dark Blade, which is basically a DD Crow. It banishes monsters from the graveyard. 1 Dark Fire Dragon, level 4 with high attack. And then 1 of the Dark Flare Knight, which is a level 6 that prevents you from taking battle damage. And that's kind of it. It's got 2200 attack points. Not too terrible. What card in your extra decks you go into most often, bro?
Restrict, but I haven't got a chance to use it since either it gets solemn by my metamorphosis, it's solemn, or but the most I brought out was mostly the dark fire. It was the only extra deck monster that come out.
That's kind of funny to think about how the Dark Fire, the
Yeah.
level 4, was the most relevant card. But that's all we got for the deck profile, guys. So awesome to see this deck do so well. And again, shout out to the pillows. What are you guys called again? The pillow what's?
We just call ourselves like the Pillow Army or something like that.
Got it, the Pillow Army. Shout out to the Pillow Army. Much love to Polylord. Great stuff, man. Congratulations once again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Come join the Twitch down below to play in our free tournaments. That's all I got today. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day.